Sesim geliyor galiba. Okay, let's start. Good morning, everyone. My name is Orhan Kılınç. I'm coming from Turkey, the Ministry of Industry and Technology. I'm the head of department for General Director of Industrial Zones. Today I'm going to tell you about the project of our Green Oizid Framework Development of Turkey and the certification system of organized industrial zones. The including of my presentation will be the Oizids in Turkey, eco-industrial park concept, project of Green Oizid Framework Development of our country, Green Oizid certification system, the performance indicators that we will use for certification of our organized industrial zones, our Oizids and the relations with Green Deal of EU, and the loan we got from the World Bank in order to transit the Oizids to green organized industrial zones. Our Oizid experience started in 1962. Here is the picture taken at that time. The organized industrial zones means to ensure the structuring of industry in suitable areas. What do I mean here? The investments take place in one zone, and this prevents the distorted industrialization and environmental problems. The factories take place and develop industrial species within a certain plan, and this makes us use the resources rationally and make use of information technologies. The first picture shows the first Oasis in Turkey. It's Bursa, and the one on the right side is that shows the Bursa Oasis in today. I want to give some statistics about Oasis experience in Turkey. There are 327 Oasis registered in Turkey in all our premises, and 249 of them are currently operational, which means at least there is one investment in that zone. And 78 of them are in planning and construction phase. More than 61,000 companies are operational now in organized industrial zones in Turkey, within 55,000 parcels. And 2.2 million are employed in these zones. In addition to investment incentives scheme in Turkey, investors operating in the Oasis may benefit from the following advantages, as is shown on this presentation slide. We don't take value-added tax for land acquisitions and the buildings in the Oasis, and the investors are exempted from real estate duty from the date of completion of the plant construction. The investors get low water and natural gas and telecommunication costs because of the scale economy. They come together, and so they pay less than they have to in the industrial zone. And they don't pay taxes in case of merging and separation of their plots. And they are also exempted from the municipality tax for the construction and usage of the plant. And the exemption from the municipality tax on solid waste if the Oizid does not avail of the municipality service. They don't have to take the municipality services because the Oizid administration provide these services to the investors in organized industrial zones. This is the geographic location of Oizids in Turkey. As you can see, the majority of them take place in the western side and the northern side of our country because of they are closer to harbors and railways and highways. But in all the provinces, there are 81 provinces in Turkey. In all the provinces, there is at least one organized industrial zone. This means the regional economic regional disparities has been started. So there is not any economic differences between the provinces in our country. Here are the sectors of top 10 OIZs in Turkey. Motor vehicles, trailers and semi-trailers, basic metals, electrical equipment, textiles, machinery and equipment, rubber and plastic products. I mean, the production of these goods, fabricated metal products except machinery and equipment, computer, electronic and optical products, beverages, chemical products. These are the most produced goods in OIZs in our country. OIZs, organized industrial zones, are production areas, as I said before. But there is a different concept in the world nowadays, recently. The eco-industrial park. We are trying to transit our organized industrial zones to eco-industrial parks. Beginning from the 2010s, we are working on transiting our OIZs into eco-industrial parks. What is an eco-industrial park? What does it mean? AIPs can be defined as managed industrial areas that promote cross-industry and community collaboration for common benefits related to economic, social, and environmental performance. This is a worldwide definition, I think. So we are trying to show these features in our OIZs also. The IP concept has evolved to address additional interrelated aspects, including, for example, resource efficient and clean energy production, industrial symbiosis, climate change, pollution, social standards, shared infrastructure, improved management of risks and shared resources, including land and ecosystem services. And on the right side, you can also see how these features will be shown on an eco-industrial park: community engagement, water efficiency, energy efficiency, employment generation, energy and environmental management, export share, circular economy and industrial symbiosis, sustainable infrastructure, sustainable park management, gender equality, social infrastructure, and contribution in local economy. They all have to come together for an eco-industrial park concept. And there must be some development goals for EIPs. Sustainable development goals are the drivers for inclusive and sustainable industry, as you know. For instance, SDG 9 aims to significantly raise industrial's contribution to employment and gross domestic product by 2030. And SDG 7 aims, among other things, to double the rate of energy efficiency improvement and significantly increase the share of renewable energy. And there are 7 SDG goals that is related to eco-industrial park, as we trying to notice in here. SDG 8 also targets sustained per capita economic growth at 7% per year, and 13 focuses on climate actions. SDG 12 also aims to sustainably reduce waste generation through prevention, reduction, recycling, and reuse in the public and private sector by 2030. what are we trying to do in here for green OIZ? What do we mean by green OIZ? Over the course of project's lifetime, our project, the Green OIZ project, has conducted several technical and regulatory studies to assess the feasibility of the implementing of a Green OIZ framework, in line with the international EIP framework of our country. We are trying to show the framework. We are trying to form a framework of our OIZ, Green OIZ framework in our country. The project conducted a technical diagnostic in the first phase. It was divided into two phases. In the first phase, we tried to identify the most opportune actions in resource efficiency and cleaner production, green infrastructure, clean energy, wastewater, like wastewater treatment and the others, and circularity. Example given, industrial symbiosis within our OIZs. And in the second phase, we aim to establish the green performance monitoring indicators for our green OIZs and introduce a mechanism for certification of OIZs and its guidelines. Here are the OIZs we worked together and analyzed. The first one, Bursa, was one of them. İzmir Atatürk, Eskişehir, Antep, Adana Hacı Sabancı, and also Ankara Sanayi Odası OSB, OIZ, was the OIZs we worked on. We are trying this, we are working on this project in 5 stages, 5 phases. And in the first one, we try to define the green OIZ. And we will put this definition to our legislations. We prepared the draft legislation, and we will put the definition to our act, Organized Industrial Zone Law. Within the legislative framework regarding the development and management of OIZs. The definitions of green OIZ, green infrastructure facilities, and industrial symbiosis will be added to the definition sections of OIZ implementation regulation. The OIZs are regulated within 2 main regulations. One of them is the Act, Organized Industrial Zones Law, and the other is Organized Industrial Zones Implementation Regulation. And we will put these definitions into both these legislations. In the second phase, we will try to determine the prerequisites that OIZs must comply with in order to have the green flag. We will take the applications of OIZs and they will have the green flag if they meet the criteria we prepared for the first stage. And the third one, we will create green performance monitoring indicators for green OIZs, and we also prepared these indicators. We will have more than 20 indicators to level the OIZs, and we will see whether they will meet the criteria of to be the green OIZ or not. The green performance monitoring indicators have been determined in 4 areas. These are economic in the first stage, third one. These are economic, environmental, social, and OIZ management adequacy. These will be the areas that the performance indicators have been prepared. We will work on these indicators to enable the competitive performance evaluation and rating of OIZs. We will rate them, and we will give the certification to OIZs according to these main areas. And on the fourth stage, we will establish the necessary mechanism for green OIZ performance certification. There will be 2 mechanisms in the OIZ certification system. One will be at the OIZ management, As I mentioned before, there are 249 OIZs now in our country, operational ones, and the other mechanism will be in our ministry. There will be two bureaus, two offices. One will be at the OIZ, and unique at all of them, and one will be at our ministry, in our Directorate General. In the voluntary certification program, first of all, I have to say that this will be a voluntary certification program. We will not force the OIZs to take their certification. They will apply us to be a green OIZ. In this voluntary certification program, they will have the platinum, gold, silver, and bronze certificates according to the points they get after the scoring of the process according to the green performance monitoring indicators, following the green flag OIZ. As I said before, the green flag will be taken before, regarding the application, and after the scoring, they will have these different platinum, gold, silver, and bronze certificates. And the fifth stage, expanding the roles and responsibilities of OIZ's managerial and administrative bodies to ensure that green performance measures are promoted, managed, and monitored in green OIZs. A green OIZ program coordination will be established within our ministry, as I said in the previous stage, and a green cell unit will be established within each OIZ. And this is how we will certificate the OIZs. The first one, as I mentioned in the previous slide, the obtaining the green flag, and the second one will be scoring based on the 20 draft, or it may be more, green performance indicators. At the first one, the OIZ authority will receive the green flag after confirming that it fulfills the prerequisite. Once awarded, the green flag will remain valid for 3 years from the date of issue. And in the second phase, according to the scores and weights determined by our ministry for 20 performance indicators, this 20 is the draft now. We are working on it with our Turkish Certification Institute. It may be more than 20, it may be like 30 or something. The total score of OIZ will be calculated over 5, and the certification degree will be determined according to the result. As shown in here, on the right side, we try to show how it will be calculated, and according to the value, the rating will be platinum, gold, silver, bronze, or no rating. If the OIZ does not meet the criteria for these indicators, it will not be rated. I want to give some examples about the indicators of our program. The first one is economic performance indicators. There are 3 indicators in here. Annual increase in total revenues. The indicator source will be the firms in here. I mean the revenues of the firms, and in total the revenue gained in the OIZs of all OIZ firms. The change of the total revenues will be taken in here, calculated in here. I mean the change in the previous years and this year. The second one is the annual increase in total export, and the third one will be annual increase in the total import. These will be taken from the firm's values. Why we are using these performance indicators? Measuring the added value produced by OIZ, measuring the export capacity of OIZ, and we will be measuring the contribution of the OIZ to the country's economy. And on the right side, we tried to show the SDG indicator, related SDG indicators, like our indicators of also sustainable development goal indicators are related to our program. We are trying to make it like SDG indicators. And SDG 8 and 9, number 8 and number 9. And the social performance indicators are number 4 and between number 1 and 7. These indicators will be the annual increase in total employment of the firms, of course, again. Annual increase in the female employment. This is an important indicator because one of the main purpose of organized industry zones greening will be the number of women employees in the firms. It is one of our goals to increase the number of working women in our country. The ratio of number of firms holding ISO 4501 Occupational Health and Safety Management System certificate to total number of firms. And the last one is the ratio of number of firms holding ISO 10010-2 Customer Satisfaction Management System certificate to total number of firms. Why are we using these indicators? Measuring the contribution of OIZ to employment, measuring OIZ contribution to women's employment, employee satisfaction, and the capacity for customer satisfaction. These are also very important indicators for an industrial park. And the relation of the SDG indicators, number 5 and 8. Park management indicators are also important for an industrial park. 3 of them are shown in here. Having the ISO 14001 Environmental Management System Certificate, Energy Management System Certificate, and Customer Satisfaction Management System Certificate. These indicators will be taken from the OIZ Authority. What do we mean OIZ Authority? We organized industry resorts are legal entities. They have their own management administration, and they manage the organized industry zones in Turkey. So we will have these indicators from OIZ Authority, OIZ Management. The purpose of these performance indicators are to learn the policy of OIZ management on environmental management, management on energy management, and the administration relating to customer satisfaction. And the relation of the indicators, SDG indicators, is number 12, ensuring the sustainable consumption and production of patterns. And the last one, environmental performance indicators. We took the indicators for performance in here. The annual decrease in water consumption per annual total revenue, ratio of recycled water to total water consumed, annual change in the total electricity consumption amount per annual total revenue, annual change rate in total natural gas consumption per annual total revenue, and and the last one, annual rate increase in the capacity of facilities producing electricity based on renewable energy. This one is the most important one. The renewable energy will be used mostly in the green oases. That's our aim now. The water consumption indicator values will be taken from the firms. The ratio of recycled water to total water consumed will be taken from the OIZ authority, and the rest of the OIZ indicator sources will be taken from the firms. And what is it about the Green Deal? The European industrial system aims to support industries and SMEs through green and digital transformation. This is the purpose of Green Deal. The aim is to become more competitive as it becomes greener and more circular. Industry will need a secure supply of clean and affordable energy and raw materials. Stepping up investment in research, innovation, deployment, and up-to-date infrastructure will help develop new production processes and create jobs in the process. And this will lead to green and circular economy. At the Green Deal, there are two action plans. One of them is, the most related one to OIZ, green OIZs, is the transformation of industry to green and development of circular economy. And the sub-action plan is to complete technical and administrative works for green OIZ certification system. This is the action plan we are working on as the ministry. In order to fulfill these action plans, in order to take actions on this about the Green Deal, we got a loan from the World Bank of $300 million US. The scope of the project is supporting the investments, the investments in innovative green and infrastructure in OIZs. What do we mean by green infrastructure? Such as improved energy and wastewater efficiency, renewable energy investments, advanced water and wastewater treatment facilities, LED lighting, and using waste byproducts as productive inputs, like steam highways and etc. The loan will be used by OIZs within 5 years, and we will be the borrower to the OIZs. When the results expected in this project is the energy savings in basic and green infrastructure, water savings in green infrastructure, and reduction of carbon dioxide emissions share of OIZs that attract new investments. These are the aims we are waiting from this project. I would like to thank you for your patience. If you have any questions, I will try to answer. Thanks.